Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about exchange rate. How does it work? How exchange rate work in this way? Various thing, various field. All this we're going to cover in this video. So, as you can see, first there is an heading on the top, and there is a sub heading. So not sub heading. There is a description of paragraph about that topic. As you can see on the title of this video, this is video is especially about the speaking English in order to understand it. So I want to improve my speaking English through various method. This is one of the method I'm doing. Various method can be like writing skill. You use to write one paragraph daily for about 200 words and edit it for about 15 minutes daily. That's one of the method can be I used to follow. Then I learn new phrases and word through that, like what are the different phrases I have used in that article, and what are the what different phrases that I have adjust or write it down in that article, what other thing that can be used in the place of that. And I learned that, and I used those phrases or article in next video, or next time I used to write those articles. These are the one factor is writing, one factor is speaking, and third factor is what? Third factor is like understanding grammar portion, especially the competitive exam grammar portion, like antonyms, synonyms. You can learn different type of vocabulary through that. You can understand vocabulary through that. You have to speak it out to different kind of vocabulary through that. It can help out in a competitive exam as well as written speaking out in someone front of anyone. Do you get it? Do you get it? What is? I don't want to waste any kind of thing. Like, it's not a good idea to learn a skill at a separate level. It's not a good way. At least you have to do 3 or 4 type of things at a time. Like, you are studying in a college, that you should start doing a internship in college, and not that, oh, now the college had get finished, now I am going to work. No, bro, you're not a kid anymore. You just have to decide a field that you want to go, that you want to achieve. Decide it and just move forward. Don't guess second about that. That's one of the thing. Second thing is that we have covered yeah, I told you about the different method. One of the that, like, I write down over that topic on a slide format on any other platform, and I try to speak it out it. That's one of the second ways I told you about the grammatical portion of competitive exam. We used to learn grammar portion like present tense, phrases, items, synonym, antonym, all this kind of thing can help out in my speaking English. And third one is writing skill. I used to write an article, and I don't spend too much time, like half of a time that I spend in editing. I spend that much time, like 45 minutes I speak. I used to write. I can write an article in about half an hour. What give 1 hour to editing that part, in order to think that what other sentence can be used in place of that. All these things I used to work on that. Do you get it what I want to say? Do you get it what I want to say? So let's move to the topic. We have discussed many another thing. So if you are here to understand exchange rate on that great level, like for exam or anything like great concept, I think it's not a great place or good place to be here. You can follow other resources. I am here to improve my speaking English. That's why I'm here. Sorry for that. It's the third video of the day. That's why I got choked down. So I think 4 minutes has completed in this video. More 10 minutes has to cover. So back to the topic. What's an exchange rate? Exchange rate is also known as the what? Exchange is a foreign exchange rate or a forex rate. Represent the value of one currency in terms of the another. Exchange rate is also known as a forex exchange rate or forex rate. Represent the value of one currency in terms of another. There are critical aspects of the global financial system. Ah, bro, don't do this kind of sound in front of video. I even can't edit this part because I want to keep it natural. Like, if someone, someone want to replicate it, then they can understand. It's not required to be edit that part. Spend too much of time of editing and for that small part of video. Don't do this kind of thing, bro. We are not kid anymore. People understand what amount of effort you are giving in your that process. If you are giving a real amount of effort, then everybody can recognize your effort and going to help out you otherwise judging on you. So don't spend too much of time on what unnecessary thing. So that said, now let's move to the topic. Exchange rate, also known as the forex exchange rate or forex rate, represents the value of one currency in another term. And this is critical accept aspect of the global financial system and play a pivotal role in international trade and financial invested. Now let's move to the next slide of this presentation. Okay, there are different type of the exchange rate, currency pair, factor affecting exchange rate. All these different things are to be write down here. Type of exchange rate. There are four type of exchange rate out there. Spot exchange rate, forward exchange rate, fixed exchange rate, floating exchange rate. The current exchange rate at which currencies can be traded immediately. An exchange rate agreed upon today for future transaction, typically used for hedging against currency fluctuation. Fixed exchange rate set by the government or a central bank, which remain relatively constant. Floating exchange rate determined by the market forces, supply or demand, can be fluctuate daily. Hmm. Hmm. A second type of currency pair. Exchange rate are quoted in pairs such as USD, JPY. This first currency in the pair, the base currency, represent one unit, and second currency in the quote currency represent the amount of the currency needed to exchange for one unit to the base currency. Second is factor effect in the exchange rate. Interest rate. Higher interest rate in the currency can attract foreign capital, adding to the appreciation of its currency. Economic indicators. Strong economic data like GDP growth and employment figure can boost confidence in the country currency. Inflation rate. Lower inflation rate generally led to a stronger currency because the purchasing power of currency is preserved. Political stability. Political stability can be sound illegal. Legal system can attract foreign investment and strengthen the currency. Speculation. Traders and investors in the foreign exchange market can be driven short-term fluctuation based on the expectation and position. Market sentiment. Event news sentiment can impact exchange rate, often causing short-term fluctuation. Exchange rate mechanism. There are different type of mechanism used in exchange rate. Like some countries peg their currency to a strong currency like US dollar to maintain stability. Other allow their currency to float freely in foreign market exchange market, where its value determine the supply and demand. Some countries use managed float, where the central bank intervenes to stabilize the currency where necessary. Impact of the international trade. Exchange rate affect the competitiveness of a country export and import. A weaker domestic currency can boost export but increase the cost of import. Current hedging. Business and investor often use forward contract and option to hedge against unfavorable exchange rate movement, reducing risk in international transaction. Exchange rate regular. Different countries adopt various exchange rate system, including fixed, floating, and mixed of both. These influence how the exchange rate are managed and how they are respond to the economic changes. Role of central bank. Central bank are intervene in foreign exchange market to stabilize their currency or achieve monetary policy. Currency exchange market. The forex market in the largest and most liquefied financial market globally with the daily trading of oh exceeding $6 trillion. It operates 24 hour a day, 5 day a week, allowing for continuous trading for currencies. 6 trillion a dollar a day. Now these are some questions that we are going to do one that we are going to discuss in the last 5 minutes of this video. Or the first question. First question is all about what is fixed exchange rate and floating exchange rate system. What are the advantage and disadvantage of both of each? Okay, going to read about it. What are the disadvantage? Advantage? A fixed exchange rate system peg a country currency to another currency or a commodity at a fixed rate, while a floating exchange rate allow a currency value to determined by the market forces. Advantage of fixed rate include stability and predictability, but they can be challenging to maintain. Floating rate provide flexibility. What can lead to the volatility? Hmm. How the interest rate differentiate between two countries and influence exchange rate? Why do higher interest rate in one country often lead to the appreciation of a country? High interest rate in a country attract foreign capital seek better return. As a result, there is an increased demand for country currency, leading to appreciation of a exchange rate. Investors seek higher yield so they can convert their fund into a currency with higher interest rate. Questions: what is the role of central bank play in managing exchange rate? How does intervention in the foreign exchange market impact currency value? Central market can intervene in the foreign exchange market by buying and selling their own currencies to stabilize its value and achieve a specific policy object. For example, a central bank may sell its currency to prevent excessive appreciation. Such intervention can temporarily influence exchange rate. Explain the concept of purchasing power parity. How to relate to exchange rate. What might deviation from PPP occur? What are the implications of international trade? PPP suggests that the efficiency of transportation cost and trade barriers and identical good should have a same price when expressed in common currency. Deviation from PPP occur due to the factor like differentiations in inflation rate or market imperfection. I think all those who are watching till this end of this all getting bored out it. If you're not, then you are enjoying the process. That means you can also do. So what? These deviation affect the relative attractiveness of goods from different countries and can impact trade flows. All this thing we are read about. I think there is a teacher in our school who don't bring any kind of book in his school. Speak it out on your own through her knowledge. So student really appreciate her. Like, wow, the teacher didn't bring any single book and even can speak it out. Because see, ma'am usually speak it out from his inner knowledge, not in a bookish language. And through that, student usually get to know more about. When people make eye contact with each other using explaining thing instead of speaking through that bookish language, then I think they get more knowledge about that. Then they got to know more about that. That's what I want to say. How do business use forward contract to hedge against the unfavorable exchange rate movement? For example of compromise for use forward contract to manage currency risk. Forward contract allow business to lock at the exchange rate for future date, protecting them from adverse currency movement. For instance, a US company expecting a payment of euros can use forward contract to ensure fixed dollar to ensure euro rate, reducing uncertainty in its revenue. Discuss the impact of speculative trading in a foreign exchange market or exchange rate volatility. What are the implication of the country adopting managed float exchange rate system? How does it differ from the pure floating exchange rate system in terms of the critical intervention? Imagine to follow central bank occasionally intervene to influence The exchange rate or stabilize that differ from a pure float. The exchange rate determined slowly by market forces. Managed float system is a strike a balance between stability and flexibility in exchange rate. That's it for the video. We'll see you next time.